Hello everyone, this is Yuvraj, and in this video I will tell a major reason why students fail in their IELTS exam in the first attempt or they do not get their desired result. So before proceeding, I must say a few months ago I cleared the IELTS exam in my first attempt, as I know that I was not good in the English language. In the school time I was failed in the 9th standard because I got very low score in my English subject. So let's come to the IELTS now. We know that 7 out of 10 students fail their IELTS exam in the first attempt, and that is the reason they give exam twice, thrice, 4 times, and sometimes even 5 times. They lose thousands of money, and sometimes the amount goes over 1 lakh rupees, including their coaching fee as well. So number one reason for is like nowadays we all know that there are plenty of YouTube channels who are providing tips, tricks and techniques about the IELTS. But do you know that whether they have cleared the IELTS exam by themselves or not? So how you can trust on that? Even we cannot trust on that. This is one big reason. Of course, there are plenty of reasons as well. Another is self-commitment. If you are committed, you are consistent with your practice, you are almost getting there. Now, let's come to its solution. To crack this exam, I will share my own experience that how I did this in my first attempt. Let's start with the listening module. Generally, listening module takes 30 to 40 minutes and it has 40 questions. So if you are a beginner, then I will recommend you to do this task once in a day, and after doing check your mistakes, where you did errors and all that things. One important thing I will say here is that after doing listening, you should listen to that audio again. When you checked your mistake, in that case you will be confident. Only that is the point where you can improve your listening skills. And for that purpose, I will also suggest you to watch IELTS listening test. Basically, it is a YouTube channel, and you can rely on it without thinking of getting low scores. Now let's talk about the second module, which is a reading. Believe me, it is one of the hardest module. Even I found it really hard when I was doing reading. Basically, it has 3 passages and it has 40 questions, which we see in the listening. And I will suggest that if you are a beginner, then you should only focus on the passage 1. Forget about the passage 2 and passage 3. Alright, so if you do only passage 1, then it will be easier for you to understand how it works. Okay, because in reading you have to be very much conscious and active while doing reading. So I will also suggest that do reading once in a day. Okay, but do only passage 1. Okay, as I said. So forget about time boundation here. Okay, in the exam you generally have only 1 hour, but when you are doing practice at the home, then don't think that you should spend only 1 hour on it. No, you can take 1 hour, 2 hour as per your own convenience. So even don't feel shame if you scores low in the beginning, because it is one of the most difficult module, and to do I will recommend you should not think about it. All right, so after that you will be practicing passage 2 and passage 3 as well. Let's come to the writing now. Well, writing has task 1 and task 2. Basically it consists of 3 bands and 6 bands irrespectively. And if you are initiating with the writing, I will must say that do not write from the day one, especially if you are not good at writing. Just what you can do is just familiarize yourself with the types of questions it has in both in the task which are task 1 and task 2. And also if you want a dedicated video on it, then I will make it for you. You just need to comment down below that yes, you want it, and I will share my own experience that how I used to write in my days when I was preparing for this exam. Let's start with the 4th module, which is speaking. In this we have part 1, part 2 and part 3. In part 1 we have common questions or warm-up questions. We also call them introductory part as well. In this you will be asked questions about your hobby, your favorite place, your food, color and dress, and similar things like this. And in the part 2 generally we have a cue card. In this you will be given 1 minute to prepare for the notes, and after that you have to speak for at least 1 to 2 minutes on a particular topics, and the topics will be like describe your favorite person, your favorite sports person, or similar questions in which you have to describe something. It can be like your favorite place where you have went, and or what you did there, and all things like this. So in the part 3 now you will be asked similar questions which you have told in the part 2. Okay, and this is the most difficult part for most of the students, because they speak lie. That's why they do not able to speak in the part 3. So if you, because the questions will be related to your part 2, okay, what you have told in the part 2, and the examiner is very smart. They will play tricks on the part 3. They may ask you similar questions according to your part 2 what you have given to them, or they may ask something different as well. So if you are practicing with the speaking, then I must say that from the day 1 you should avoid part 2 and part 3, and you should focus only on the part 1. Just try to make sentence in the English language, as we are Indians, so for us it is difficult to speak English in the beginning. So don't hesitate, and be confident from the day 1. Just try to make sentence in the 1 or 2 line. Okay, you don't have to be worried with that. You can speak with your friends, with your family, or even with yourself as well. So that was it. I wish you all the very best, and till then, see you in the next video.